What's going on, people? So, Air Max month kicked off last week, Monday, something like that. So, let's do a quick recap of what I pulled out for the month so far, for that first week, whatever. Let things off with this right here, the Air Max Dawn. It was a new challenger to the lineup, and I gotta say, it's working out pretty well. Normally, Air Max month is a one and done situation for me, and I move on to whatever else to make it through as much of the collection as possible. This came out a couple times just so I could get a good feel for it. Totally didn't disappoint. Moved on to these right here. I had a reminder from my brother because I was supposed to send these to him. So since I was thinking about it, figured I'd pull these on out. The Air Max 2 Light, Core Purple. And then since I only worked 3 days last week, this is what things finished off with. On Thursday, I like to dig deep into the back of the vault, so that's where these came in. And in case you keep up with the running things, well, that was 3 of very much the same things, just in different colors. So there you go. Air Max month, week 1. I kicked off Air Max month week number 2 with these right here, the Air Tuned Max. Now this here, it's a new addition to the lineup, right? So I've worn them a good bit through the week to see what I think. Overall, it seems like whoever made these put a lot more of the attribute points into the look than the comfort. Still not bad, but definitely something you're going to want to try on before you actually commit to buying a pair. Sizing's a little weird there, very narrow. Anyways, moved on to these because it got a little rainy at some point. The VaporMax Utility, the first version, not that second one because that one was awful looking. And then on Thursday, I like to dig deep into the back of the vault, as I've often said. So pulled out an Air Max 2009, which might be one of my favorite overall Air Max looks. And then on Friday, wrapped things up with this right here. It's an Air Max 90, one of the recrafts. Yeah, I haven't worn these since like 2 years ago, whenever they came out. And then for the people who care about the running things, that's what came in this week. There you go. So, kicked off the 3rd week of Air Max month with this right here. This is the pre-day, right? It's a new one for me, so I had to spend some time with it. And overall, they're not bad, but I think as far as stuff like this, I think I'm still leaning towards the Dawn, but I don't know. We'll see. Moving along, right? So, that was the last week of winter, so I figured I should do a winter shoe thing, right? I do themes once in a while. Some of you know that. This right here, this was my first ever winter release. This is a pair of 90s, but you can tell that by looking at it, right? Anyways, similar sort of thing, but this right here is a 200 and different material obviously too, right? But still pretty decent. Moved on to, what was that? The Leprechaun Day, the St. Patrick's Day, right? So pulled these things out because obvious reasons. Pair of 97s, you knew that, right? And then another pair of 97s. This one's wool, right? That last one, it was a winter utility release. And then of course I do my share of running, so that's what came in for that. The 4th week of Air Max month started off with something new to me, the Air Max 96 right here. Kyle, I ran a mile in these today. I did not like it. Not at all. Anyways, the theme for this week was shoes that you kind of go all out for. Makes you want to pick up a lot more pair than you really need. Started off right here with the VaporMax Plus, right? Moved right along over here to the Air Max 1, which I think was my first original Air Max model or whatever. After that, Thursday came along, went through 2 pair that day, the Flyknit Air Max from 2014, and of course the Air Max Plus, which most of you recognize. Moved on right here to the Air Max 2010, personal favorite, very high on the list. And then Air Max Day itself wrapped things up with this right here for reasons that I feel are pretty obvious, maybe not so much to everybody else. And then if you want to know about the running stuff, well, the Air Max 2015, 16, and 17. There you go. So here we are, the final week, or I guess the final days rather, of Air Max month. And I stuck with the previous thing of going with something new to kick the week off. That's where these Nike by You Air Max 97s came in, right? And after that, then there was the theme portion, right? A lot of people say you got to finish strong, right? I don't say that. I decided to go with like the bottom of the barrel, right? The things where the execution wasn't so excellent, you know what I'm saying? So kicking things off with that right here, the 270. It's kind of like Nike's NMD, right? It's a decent look, gets a lot of good colors, but the comfort, just to me, it's not great, right? But hey, that's just me. Maybe you'd feel different. Then this right here, which is just completely terrible, the 720. Moving on from that, you got this, the VaporMax 2019. Mostly not terrible, but the upper, it's kind of a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? And there was no running this week, but I can't leave these guys out because they carried me through the whole indoor living for the month. The Nike Air Max 90 Slide.